What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering, and video game news is finally heating back up. It feels like we were going through one of the longest droughts in recent history. In terms of my content on this channel, video game news and controversies and things of that nature were always, I would say, at least a third of the type of content that I cover outside of maybe censorship, free speech issues, and other YouTube news and world entertainment news. Video game news brought a lot of you here, and we've been in an incredible drought. We've been in, outside of the PS5, Xbox Series X next-gen console drought, there hasn't been a lot to talk about. Cyberpunk was before all of that, and that disaster, of course, was covered at length by everybody. The Last of Us 2 before that, but outside of that, it's been pretty quiet. We had E3 this weekend, and regardless of what you feel about the particular games, there was no real huge controversies there. The Square Enix presentation overall, in my opinion, was a letdown. Outside of a really cringy Final Fantasy Origins trailer, the Xbox Bethesda was great. Bummed we didn't see anything from Fable or Elder Scrolls. But really, no huge news. And the fact of the matter is, it's been that way for almost 6 months right now. And of all the top video game news channels, people that I trust, even though we disagree politically, it doesn't matter to me. I've always trusted people like Angry Joe or Skill Up or Young Yeah, although Young Yeah got a little suspect after his glowing Cyberpunk review. Did I say Skill Up? Skill Up, Young Yeah, Angry Joe, Jim Sterling. These four people, all politically aligned, but all, in my opinion, have a credible history in terms of reviewing particular video games. And all four channels are suffering exactly the same, except for only one of them is turning around and attacking their fans for it, attacking gamers, blaming them, calling them essentially bigots for unsubscribing to them, and that's Jim Sterling. Jim Sterling is somebody that has gone through a bit of a personal change over the past year, but his opinions, in my opinion, have always basically been a little more politically charged than, you could say Angry Joe, for example, is very political on Twitter, but his videos aren't really, that political. There may be a take here or there, but never really anything I would call overt. And you could say the same thing for Skill Up and Young Yeah. These are guys that are all very obviously left-leaning, and that's obviously fine, but it's never really bled into their videos, unlike Jim Sterling. And Jim Sterling has been anti-capitalist for a very, very long time. It's a bit of a meme how much he hates a guy like Bobby Kotick simply because he makes too much money. There are a lot of anti-consumer practices that both Jim and I and everyone will call out. I believe that Jim Stephanie Sterling absolutely has the customer's best interest in mind. But back in May, they put out a video that was 30 minutes long. And in this 30-minute video, they simply just said, everyone's unsubscribing my channel because gamers are bigots. That's essentially what was happening. Jim Stephanie Sterling does not come out and say that directly, but the illusion is so obvious any moron could see it. Just within a minute, let's see what the clip says.
Less than 900,000 subscribers.
So to set it up, they're mad that they went from 927,000 subscribers in February all the way down to, I guess, currently 893. So lost well over 30,000 since February. But I'm going to show you that they're completely wrong about this, that Jim Stephanie Sterling is not suffering an unsubscription wave because of their coming out. It's because they're attacking their fans.
Could you ever believe it? We truly have come a long way from 927,000 subscribers. You know, it feels like only February since we last had such a number. Because it was February. In the time since, we've managed to successfully bleed subscribers at a rate one could only call hemorrhagical. Seriously, though, I want to say a deep and personal...
Whatever you want to say about Jim, I've always liked their videos and their sarcasm.
Thank you to all of my unsubscribers. I wouldn't be where I am today without your withdrawal of support, and I want you to know that every unsubscription matters. Remember, if you click the bell for notifications, well, YouTube will barely notify you of my content anyway, but click on it again, just to really make sure you don't get any. At the risk of sounding parasocial, I consider you all to be my family, in that I don't talk to you and you won't see me again. As my live-in partner, Gerard Butler, can attest, family has always mattered to me, and since my own family has been fairly casual and unsurprised about recent changes in my life,
So when Jim Stephanie Sterling says recent changes in my life, they're talking about openly, you know, not being non-binary, or exactly what, non-binary or trans, one of the two.
I've had to get my feelings of familial abandonment somewhere else. There's always been YouTube.com for negative reinforcement and a constant, overwhelming sense of punishment for literally doing anything. Whether you're doing the same type of content and getting called repetitive, or doing new content that won't get shared because repetition is what gets rewarded. I wish I could point to one decision, event, or situation that led to such a dramatic decrease in subscribers over such a short time, but the simple fact of the matter is this: we did it all together. One thing I know though, such a sudden, extreme and incredibly well-timed drop in numbers definitely has nothing to do with any single thing that might have happened the exact day the mass subscriber exodus started on a platform with historic hostility towards, anyway, the subscribe.
So, right, so Jim Stephanie Sterling is clearly implicating, saying, look, everyone's unsubscribing from me because I am now non-binary, or whatever the case was. I believe it's, I don't mean to be disrespectful. Let's see. Let me check their Twitter. So they use they. Okay, fine. Calls themselves pan and trans. Non-binary. Okay, again, fine. I don't care. But yes, they have been losing subscribers, right? Lots of them. In fact, another 1,000 today, and I'm sure there will be more, and I'll tell you why. Okay. But I'm going to prove to you that it is not because they came out. It's because of a giant news drought that's affecting the entire space. And by the way, this is in no means saying that there weren't people that unsubscribed because they came out. I'm sure there were a few. But if you look, okay, October of 2019 was a peak for a lot of people, for a lot of different news-related reasons. But you can see since October 2019, this channel has been steadily petering out. April 2020 gaining just 2,000 subscribers the entire month. Then a small peak, but then immediately back down. In fact, so far down, in October of last year, they lost subscribers. November, they lost subscribers. Came back up in December, but only 2,000 subscribers in the entire month is not a lot. And then every month since, January lost 5,000, February lost 8,000, March lost 8,000, April lost 4,000. I'm sure they'll lose more in May and June. Well, actually, May, sorry, lost 4,000. June will also likely be down. But if I show you, let's take a look at the other top video game news people, okay? Angry Joe, for example, has not gained a single subscriber in a very long time. Let's go back to their subs. December of 2018, peaking out. Here's November 2019, October, November. Okay, but now let's look at 2020, right? July 2020, 0. 10,000 in September, minus 10,000 in October. Election time, by the way. November, 0. December, 0. January, 10,000. February, 0. March, 0. April, 0. May, minus 10,000. Okay, I think we can all agree that Angry Joe's channel is stagnant right now. How about Yong Yeah? All right, Look at their subscribers. 10,000 in January. 10, 10, 0. Okay, and then we peak up here. October, always a good month. Okay, then November, 10,000. December, 10,000. January, February, March, April, May, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. All right, 0 growth. Again, you can see Young, yeah, averaging 0 new subs a day. Skill Up, probably the least affected by this, but also, I mean, 5,000, 6,000, 5,000, 9,000 is pretty strong. Skill Up, you could say, of the 4 main channels out there, has been okay, but it's not like they're growing massively. Heck, even my channel isn't growing anymore. You know, let's look, just throw my name in there. I don't exclusively cover video game news, but look at this. 56,000 in 2020, then 0 in January, 50,000 February, 20,000, 10, 10. And for June, I probably won't gain 10,000 either. So, I mean, what my point is here is that there is a news drought for video games. And when you continue to publish videos, then people lose, people leave. And let's look at today's video, okay, Jim? They put out a video 6 hours ago. Why the Five Nights at Freddy's guy sucks. This video is Orange Man Bad Bonanza. The video before that time Warner Brothers beat up a queer character for the Pride. Let's look at Jim's Twitter feed. Wrestling clip, cool. I'm not sure what that is. Oh no, the gamers, angry gamers again. You've got Laura Kate Dale here, if you notorious liar, busted many times. Put out this video, you know, and then, you know, most of the stuff you see on Jim's Twitter account falls into LGBTQ stuff or wrestling, which is fine, 100% fine. But the fact of the matter is, you built 927,000 subscribers by talking about video games, something you've continued to get away from. And you can just see in the last 5 videos, you've got 1 attacking your subscribers, complaining that you're not growing anymore. Then you've got what looks like something, I don't know, a video game related. Here's another video game related video. Here's a LGBTQ / video game related, and here's a politics video game politics video with a video game veneer. If you don't believe me, you can just look at this entire video. Is not just him covering, I'm sorry, not just them, sorry, Jim, not just them covering the controversy with the Five Nights at Freddy's guy, but them editorializing and going after religion and
not
conservatives
Cawthon's fan base, but the people who Cawthon himself seems to be a fan of.
Right.
It came to light recently that Cawthon loves to spend his vast sums of Freddy money on political contributions. It was already known that Scott was deeply into that whole fundamental Christianity thing, which isn't exactly known for its open-mindedness and tolerance of others. Scott's pro-life, by the way. Well, Scott's anti-abortion, by the way.
Again, is this what you can't be subscribed, or you can't be surprised when your videos go from talking about video games to citing Politico and talking about Mitch McConnell and talking about Republicans and Democrats. And I talk about these things, but I didn't build my channel talking about video games and then more about anti-trans bills and all this kind of stuff. The video, 13,000 likes, 2.1 thousand dislikes. But the point is, it's another divisive, politically charged video put out to an audience of people that subscribe to you for video game news. I'm not saying you can't cover video game or politics. I'm not even saying you shouldn't. I'm just saying you can act surprised and then, oh, just lost another 1,000 subscribers. So that's 2,000 today and counting. Wait, is that right? 893? No, okay, it was already at. It's already, yeah, so 893. They're probably going to lose another 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 subscribers. And that's because this isn't what people subscribed for. Nobody's saying you can't make this type of content. They're just saying they don't want to watch it. And that's not a personal edict about, or a personal comment about you. When I put out videos about like my personal life or non-news related, they get viewed far less because people I know watch my videos because they want to know about the news. They don't necessarily care about my dogs or my cat or what's going on in my life. Sure, some percentage of my viewers do, but the majority of my viewers just want me to do my job, and I respect that and I embrace that. Jim, you can't keep attacking your viewers, customers, and expect them not to leave. That's not how this works. The video game news drought is why your channel's not growing. Your transition to talking into politics, not your personal one, is why your channel is not growing. If you really care, then get back to covering video games. If you don't, that's okay too. But when you put out 30-minute videos having a meltdown about not growing, it's hard to believe you don't care. I wish you all the best, Jim, Stephanie, Sterling. We'll talk to you again real soon.